You're welcome back to the news at 10, coming to you live from Abuja. In politics, the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party, ANDP, says one of its agenda is to clean up the environment if it wins the 2019 presidential election. The presidential candidate of the party, Professor Yusufu Ogbaje, who stated this during the presentation of the party's manifesto for the 2019 elections, also says no section of the country will be left out. He further stated that his confidence in winning the 2019 election is not dependent on INEC's ability to conduct a free and fair election.
Our party has a program that is not a clean-up in theory. When we say we are going to clean up the entire environment so that the people can have potable water, so that the people can have their fishery and so forth, that is why we say we have a revolutionary agenda, something that you say it is actualized. We will, by the grace of God, mobilize Nigerians to make sure that no section of the country is left out. Who are the people going around collecting permanent voting cards? Is it INEC? Is it INEC? No, Nigerians. Who are the people bringing out money, buying the conscience of the innocent human beings? Is it INEC? No. You see, we create the problems and look for people to blame. That's the problem. Our confidence in our victory is not in the hands of any human being. It's in the hands of the Almighty God.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Millicent.
Many thanks, Linda. Let's take you now to Anambra State, where the governor, Willie Obiano, has appealed to the federal government to pay up the 43.8 billion naira allocated to the state for federal road intervention projects. Governor Obiano made the call when he visited ongoing projects in the South Senatorial District of the state.
Governor Willie Obiano embarks on an inspection tour of various infrastructural projects in the South Senatorial District of the state. The first stop is the 12.5-kilometer road that passes through the communities of Ezira, Umuomaku, Enugu Umuahia, and Achina.
I have the reassurance of the site engineer that this bridge behind me will be completed by the end of January. They will asphalt from where they stopped at 1.5 kilometer to about how many more?
About 2.9 to the bridge. 2.9.
Okay, to make it additional 2.9 or total 2.9.
The governor then makes his way to the Ikem Nando road construction site, where the managing director of the Anambra State Road Maintenance Agency gives an update.
We are going to complete this bridge by the end of January. We want to utilize the dry season because this place is a very muddy area. It's prone to erosion. But if you see from the 0 point, we are controlling it and the job is moving on well.
So all we can say is that we thank you very much, and we are promising you to continue to support this administration. And after your administration, the next APGA administration, I will not let APGA go out of Anambra State. From our heart.
Governor Obiano commends the work done and encourages the people to keep the drainage systems clear.
8th road we are doing in Nando alone, because Nando is a linking community. It leads to most very agrarian and developing areas. So it's a very important strategic town. That's why we're doing what we're doing, and we hope that the food they are producing will now reach the market with ease and at a good price.
The state government believes that opening up more roads around agrarian communities in the southern district will improve economic and commercial activities.
Still in the southeast, the international breweries makers of Hero Lager beer, they've initiated an annual fiesta in recognition of the continued patronage from their customers. Well, at the 4th edition of Hero Fiesta at Godwin Achebe Stadium, Onitsha, Thousands of Hero Beer consumers and fans were treated to a night of entertainment. According to the National Sales Director for Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Oche, besides rewarding the brand's customers, the essence of the event tagged Hero Fiesta 4, the Bridge Edition, is to prepare to go beyond borders.
Godwin Achebe Stadium in Onitsha is agog in frenzied excitement as international breweries keep to its promise of celebrating with their Southeast customers in an annual all-night event tagged Heroes Fiesta 4, the Bridge Edition. Fans gather to relish the exciting evening as great vibes hit the air. The National Sales Director speaks on the essence of the fiesta.
The essence of Hero Fiesta is to bring some level of excitement for our consumers and also to reward them. We want to say thank you to the Eastern people.
It is an all-night entertainment and dance group with live stage performances by celebrity artists like Duncan Mighty, Harry Song, Amaomi, Ricardo Banks, Zorro, Victor A.D. and Timaya thrilling the audience.
The day that thousands of fans join us to support the brand Hero, a brand they've come to love, a brand they've come to have a lot of loyalty to, and we are so proud to be here today.
The Bridge Edition has a special connection with the Southeast, where the bulk of patronage lies, and for international breweries, making it a special dedication to the region and its people.
Bridge Edition connects us from our past to the future to come. And so Hero is that brand that typifies the Igbo man, his DNA and what he stands for.
The Hero brand comes with quality, but more importantly, it has job-creating capacity too.
Hero has given many people in Nigeria, no matter in which region and which area, jobs to sustain their own self in their day-to-day living community. This is the brand to go forward up to 2020, 2025.
The goodness of the night is not limited to the drinking experience. The company goes further to reward major customers with token gifts of 1 million naira each. Nollywood veteran Kemowo does the honors to 20 beneficiaries.
Nigeria has become the 15th member of the African Trade Insurance Agency, ATI, and the federal government has agreed to set up an operational office in the country. This was disclosed by the Minister of Finance, who was represented at a workshop organized by the ATI in Abuja on de-risking trade and investments in the country. According to the ATI, Nigeria will enjoy financial and technical support after it finalizes its membership with the agency.
The African Trade Insurance Agency, ATI, is organizing this forum to inform the private and public sectors in the country about the benefits that await Nigerian companies, the government and its institutions once the country's membership in the ATI is finalized.
We've supported Dangote, I think NNPC and Setplat. But I believe if, when Nigeria becomes a full-fledged member, we'll be able to do much more. We'll support the markets in the oil and energy sector quite well, as well as in the energy sector, which my colleagues will be talking about, how we'll specifically be able to help Nigeria in that sphere.
The ATI says it is not coming into the Nigerian market to compete with local players, but to provide additional capacity. This perhaps is one of the reasons why Nigeria is subscribing to it.
To ensure both Nigeria and ATI enjoy to the fullest the benefit of this relationship, we call on ATI to set up an operational office in Nigeria. By doing so, ATI will not only be creating a sustainable hub of operation in West Africa sub-region, but would also have strong footing in Africa's largest economy.
Part of the event of the workshop is an engagement with journalists, where the CEO of ATI explains why it took Nigeria this long to become a member, considering the benefits.
We started these discussions as far back as before Dr. Ganga, when he was the Minister of Finance. But of course, there was change of government. I know change of government and also change of Minister of Finance. So most times the challenge we have in Nigeria is not only Nigeria, but many other African countries, where by the time we are almost concluding, the Minister of Finance is changed, and then they have to start the process. On the FDB, Afrexim Bank, we do work with the FDB. I just mentioned that $500 million with risk we just supported last 2 weeks or a month ago.
Upon finalizing its membership, Nigeria will become the 15th African country and the 3rd from West Africa to join the ATI after Benin Republic and Côte d'Ivoire.
Let's bring you now some business stories. Here's Kaide Okikiolu.
You First. First Bank.
Thank you, Millicent, and you're welcome to Business News. There's a need for proactive advocacy, and that's on the part of the government to drive global competitiveness for Nigeria's economy. That's according to the Treasurer and a Vice President of the World Bank, Ms. Aroma Ote. Ms. Ote, who made this known at the 22nd edition of the two-day annual African Securities Association Conference in Lagos, also highlights some of the importance of securities exchanges to wealth creation. A financial and consulting service firm Accenture has launched its maiden edition of its Innovation Index. The consulting firm revealed a number of differentiating factors in the financial industry across strategy, innovative culture, and digital space. According to the Managing Director of Accenture Financial Services, Toluwaleke Ademosun, the index will provide insight into how organizations in the banking sector are building strong innovation engines.
Is a financial and consulting service firm focused on tracking, recording, reporting, and supporting innovation. It focuses on the assessment of progressive and innovative companies through evaluation, innovation awards, diagnostic reports, and index publication.
We're trying to track the innovation concepts and innovative ideas that we see, and then there are 4 R's. We'll report it, we'll record it for posterity, we'll report it so that people will know, we'll recognize those who are doing it by showing them up to the world.
The company launches its Innovation Index for year 2018.
It's not really about trying to bring people to any sort of leveling ground. It's to help people even harness and improve on their own innovation practices within the organization, because you might have a good product, but then was that good product conceived from a systematic process? And like we say in academic work and research, can you repeat it and come up with the same, can get the same result or an even better result? And that's where the systematic process of having an innovation culture, having innovation practices comes along.
The Managing Director of Financial Services explains the impact of technology on financial productivity.
Why we initiated this is to look at what is happening in financial services in Nigeria and understand how digital and digital technology is supporting idea generation, what kind of results are being achieved, and who exactly are the beneficiaries of the use of digital and technology.
Although the maiden edition, Accenture hopes to continue releasing innovation indexes year on year to enable financial companies monitor their growth and innovation.
Primary indicators at the local equities market fall deeper in the red as more profit-taking hit bellwether stocks in 4 major sectors. Let's join Teniola Shobowale for more details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Bearish sentiment continues for a second day this week at the domestic stock market after heavier sell pressure pushed the all-share index by 1.14% closer to the 30,000 level. The downturn on Tuesday follows the same trend recorded in the previous session, where profit-taking swept across all major sub-indexes of the NSE, except the insurance sector. Performance on the price chart ended with a negative margin of 23 losers, led by a 10% drop in the shares of AG Leventis, against 13 gainers led by a 9.98% increase from Better Glass. Meanwhile, the shares of Cement Company of Northern Nigeria, Access Bank and Transcorp are top on the activity chart, while total volume of shares traded for the day stands at 182.22 million units. And that's the stock market report. I'm Teniola Shobowale.
Thanks, Teniola. U.S. markets end Tuesday's trading session with some rebound, but there's more from major global markets. Well, let's take a look. And that's business news for tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Kayode Okikiolu. It's now back to you, Millicent.
You first. First Bank.
Many thanks, Kayode. Still ahead on the news at 10. Reigning African champions, the Super Falcons, picked tickets for the 2019 Women's World Cup and a passage to the final of Africa Women's Cup of Nations in Ghana. That's on Sports News. Please stay with us.